Hello everyone, welcome to Scorcher Toys at AnyMoon.com's transformation guide for Arcadia's 1/60 scale YF-19 toys. Today we're going to go from Battroid mode, which you see here, to Gerwalk mode, and ultimately end up in fighter mode. If you're shopping for this toy, it's sold out pretty much everywhere. So good luck in that endeavor. If you're shopping for anything else, I recommend you check out Big Bad Toy Store. You can click the link in the comments below and you will be finding what you need and helping out this channel in the process. To begin, I'm going to spin this toy around. There are some cavity fillers on the back. There, one just popped out. One of my common complaints is how loose these tend to be. So just remove these. You're not going to need them in Gerwalk or fighter modes. And then just for the sake of filming a video, I'm going to go ahead and pop off this shield as well. It might pop off just normal handling, but either way, I don't want it getting in the way of what you see. Then we're going to go ahead and pull down on the crotch here, get that down below. And we want to bring the legs, which are on a metal swing bar, from this higher position down to a lower position. And the best way to do that is to come at it from the side, bring the leg way forward. You can bring that out, and you can expose the button, which is right there. You can see it kind of poking out. And then put a finger in there, push that button down, and you could swing that leg down. And now you can see that metal bar is vertical on this side and would be horizontal on this side. And that leg is in a lower position. So we're going to go ahead and repeat with the other leg. Now we're ready to get the legs into the Gerwalk position. So what we're going to do is twist the knee out a little bit. And then that allows you to bring that joint forward like so. And then we're going to activate the extension at the knee, which requires a little bit of force. And there that goes. Now in doing that, my intake cover popped off. You can elect, if you're going to go to Gerwalk mode, you might want to just go ahead now and remove those. They do pop off pretty easily on my toy. And since we don't need them in Gerwalk and Fighter, I will remove them now. We could bring that leg forward. We could extend the foot. And there we go. We have our Gerwalk mode position. Now another thing did pop off on me. It's a canard. If that pops off on you, just put it aside. You don't need it until the last step of Gerwalk mode anyways. Let's go ahead and get that other leg in the Gerwalk position as well. Things may be looking a little bit awkward at this point. We're going to go ahead and bring this little cover here and forward and seat it into position. And you can see how it's going to mate up with the what will become the nose of the craft there. And then we're going to take our wing. We are going to extend it outward and we're going to fold it over. And then we're going to fold it over again up here at the top. And you want to angle it in a little bit as you come up. And then seat it down and nestle it into that peg in front of it, like so. And again, we're going to repeat on the other side. All right, now we're going to work on the torso section. I'm going to go ahead and unpeg this section here. And I am going to open this door back here. And then I am going to just apply some pressure upward to pop that top off. Now, you might have noticed that the front visor popped off on me. That is no big deal. It happens all the time. And we now have this whole section free. Yay, we'll just drop that back. We'll take our nose, we'll bring that into position. We will rock, just kind of pull out on the front of the nose a little bit to get it some clearance so that it can rotate. And then bring it up. And now it's got a little button in the front. And as we collide this front section with the front of the cockpit, that will push out. Well, it should. Let's try that. We'll just push on it ourselves. So there you go. Now that's a nice clean looking nose. And then we can bring this up and you're going to see, one, that you have to fold out these doors here. But there is a hinge mechanism involved. So press the hinge down. There you can hear it clicking into place. And again, I lost that canard. We'll put that back in later. With any luck, your toy should look something like this, and now we can focus on the torso section. What we're going to do is just bring this down, just pivots on the back. As we come down to the front here, we are going to swing the arms back. We're going to open these doors here, press the head in and down. I'm going to bring that back a little bit for now. Now, before you close these doors, you do get a part that is a neck cover. So you're going to want to fish that in now. It does go underneath the head a little bit. And just pinch it as tight as you can. And this door here, which might be open, you might have accidentally pushed it closed like I did. You're going to have that closed now. Bring the arms back forward. And the torso itself is kind of on a double hinge mechanism, as you can see there. So what we want to do is get it just right so that this slot underneath is going to go into the peg in the wing, which is a little bit tricky to show right now, but there we go. Get that in. Get that in on the other side. And now it's time for fine tuning. All right, a couple parts did fall off along the way or were removed intentionally. We've got this canard here. I've spun this canard up and over. So there you go. That obviously looks a whole lot better. And then we took this shield off earlier. We're going to go ahead and install that again. And there you are. You are now in Gerwalk mode. Ankles are a little bit sloppy. If you haven't checked out my full review on anymoon.com, obviously I would encourage you to do that. But there you go. Stop, enjoy, play with it for a while, and then move on to fighter. The road to fighter mode begins with the shoulder. There's a little slider that connects this little flap here. We're just going to press that in as far as we can and then bring it up like so. We're going to take our hand. We're going to pop open this little door right here. We're going to extend the arm out all the way. We're going to take our hand. We're going to open it up. We're going to fold it over. Bring it in like so. Bring it all the way closed, and then close that trap door there. Then, there goes the canard again. We are going to unpeg the torso, bring the arm back, like so, bring the arm around, and we're going to pivot it. Oh, one thing not to forget is to push up that bicep. That frees the joint there. That lets you then pivot the arm back behind the head, like so, and then repeat with the other arm. The left arm has the shield on it, and you're going to take it off when you do those steps I just outlined previously. Before you put the shield back on, there are little sliders at the front of it that you're going to want to pry open. You want to do so evenly. And what that does is it creates the groove for the head to then slide into. And then we can take this, peg it into position, and it's got pegs that go right into those slots on the arms. And as you can see, nice and clean. All right, now we're ready to get the VTOL position going. So we need to move this whole torso section into position. So these pegs from the wings go into those slots in the torso. And the first step to doing that is actually to make sure your crotch is way down out of the way. This thing here is going to be a peg that locks everything together once you're done, but you don't want it interfering in the meantime. So now turning our attention to the top of the toy, we're just going to pull the wings out a little bit. The torso should settle in. You can push those wings right back in and then flip the toy over, get that slot right there to receive that peg. And there you go. Now you've got that kind of VTOL position. You could probably guess that the next step is to get the legs into position. Tilt the leg out a little bit, bring it back, and eliminate that Gerwalk extension. Close your foot up, and then close the leg in, or recess that foot back into the leg. Make sure your vertical stabilizer is clear, and if your wing is in the way, then you flop it out of the way. And then just bring your leg up. And now your leg has a couple of tabs that should be received by that shoulder. And there you go. Now in Gerwalk mode, this was folded over. You're going to want to straighten that out. And then there is a peg right here that you want to nestle into that leg you just brought up. There you go, should lock in place. Now I've caused a little bit of gappiness up in the front, so give your toy a little massage, get everything nice and tight, put the wing into position and repeat on the other side. It's starting to feel a lot like fighter mode now. Last step here, underneath the toy we have these cavity fillers that slide out below the knee. So we're going to plug those up, flip the toy back over, we're going to grab our canard, we're going to shove that thing right where it goes, like so. And your wings will almost certainly be wacky and out of alignment. Get those aligned. These pieces up here can easily get bumped out of alignment. Your nose, the piece under the nose. There's a few different things that, depending on how you're handling the toy, might be askew. So those are your fine-tuning items to look for. But otherwise, you should have a pretty tight fighter mode. I do have a transformation guide going from fighter to Gerwalk to Battroid mode as well as scans of the instruction manual up on anymoon.com and a full review. I encourage you to check out all of those things. And as always, I appreciate your taking your time to watch this video.